Treetop Twins Wilderness Adventures. The twins met a quagga, crocodile cow. The sun beat down on the sizzling savannah, and the grasses hummed with busy insects. The treetop have taken their time machine and traveled back in time to the 18th century, to the grassland of South Africa. On bright blue day, the big twins, Alfie and Asha, were looking after the little twins, Tulip and Tad. Their parents, Professor Pablo and Professor Penelope, were taking a nap. When the professor woke up, the treetop family were going to spend the evening at a nearby waterhole to see what animals were living in the Africa savannah at that time. "There'll be cheetahs," said Asha, "and ostriches," said Alfie, "and lions and elephants," said Ted. "Don't forget the unicorns," said Tulip. "Don't be silly," laughed Tad. "Only babies believe in unicorns." Alfie and Asha were laughing too, which made Tulip very cross. "I'll show them I'm not a baby," said Tulip to herself. "I'll go down to the waterhole and look for unicorns on my own." So when the others wasn't looking, Tulip decided to walk to the waterhole by herself. She found a hill to hide behind and dug down out of sight. From her hiding place, she spotted an ostrich and a wild beast and a herd of creatures she had never seen before. Tulip couldn't see them properly because there were some trees in the way. From the side, they looked a little bit like horses, but they were much smaller, so they must be unicorns, said Tulip triumphantly. "I knew it!" Meanwhile, Alfie and Asha and Tad had noticed that Tulip was missing. They woke up Professor Penelope and Professor Pablo, and they all hurried to the waterhole. They crept up very quietly, so as not to disturb the animals, and peered over Tulip's shoulder. "I'm sorry I called you a baby," whispered Tad. "And I'm sorry I ran off without telling you where I was going," whispered Tulip. "But look, I did find some unicorns." Just then, one of the strange creatures turned toward them, and it did not have a horn. "Oh," said Tulip, feeling very disappointed. "It isn't a unicorn after all." But it did have something else interesting. It had stripes, but not all over it, just on its front half. "It's a quagga," said Professor Penelope. "It's about the size of a zebra, but with stripes only on the front half of its body." "What is called a quagga?" asked Tulip. The quagga opened up its mouth and made a noise. "Quagga!" "That must be why," grinned Ted. But the quagga had made that noise for a reason. There were 3 beautiful golden lionesses padding toward the waterhole. The lionesses prowled closer. but the quagga had already been alarmed. Quagga, they cried as they all ran away. All except for one, a baby, who couldn't run quite fast enough. "Oh no," said Tulip. "They're going to catch us." But then something amazing happened. A great big wild beast saw the baby quagga was in trouble. It stepped forward and shook its enormous horn at the lionesses. The lionesses were scared, and now it was their turn to run away. "Phew," said Alfie. "Why did that big wild beast save the baby quagga?" "We all have to look after the baby, even if they aren't ours," said Asha, putting her arm around Tulip. "I'm not a baby," said Tulip. But she smiled and hugged Asha anyway. And then the treetop family walked back home through the cooling grass for dinner. Nighttime in the savannah. Professor Pablo was putting the twins to bed. "I'm so glad we got to travel back in time and meet the Quaggas," said Asha, who had drawn a picture for one in her notebook. "Me too," said Professor Pablo, turning the light off. "Sorry it wasn't a unicorn, Tulip, but it was almost as good. I wonder what year and what place we'd have to travel to see a unicorn," said Tulip to herself. "One day I'll find a unicorn. Just you wait and see."